Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. We're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Romans. I'll start at verse 16. Because this speaks about faith and hope against reasons to have faith and hope. And that's the time that we're coming into, man. You're going to have to maintain faith and hope against all odds, against all things telling you not to have faith and hope. That's why the scripture says that we walk by, we don't walk by sight. Let's go ahead and get that. We walk by faith, not by sight. Salak. This is Corinthians 5 and 7. And I'll start at verse 7. It says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, and I say, willing rather be absent from the body to be present with the Lord. Wherefore we labor that we may be, whether be present or absent, that we may be accepted of Him." So it says we walk by faith, not by sight, man. And that's what's going to require of us in the days to come. As you mentioned in earlier lessons, there's going to be persecutions coming. And it's going to seem like you're in a lost situation. You're in a hopeless situation. And it's going to seem like you're not being delivered. It may seem that way. It may seem like the Lord's not listening to your prayers. Well, that's why you got to walk by faith and not by sight. Faith is let's get that word faith. Conviction of the truth of anything, belief in the New Testament of a conviction or belief respecting man's relation to Yahweh and divine things, generally with the included idea of trust and holy fervor and of faith enjoying with it, relating to God. To the conviction that Yahweh exists is the creator and ruler of all things, provider and bestower of external salvation through Yahweh Shai. A strong and welcome conviction or belief that Yahweh Shai is the Mashiach through whom we obtain eternal salvation in the kingdom of Yahweh. Or let's get these definitions here. Believe with the predominant idea of trust or confidence, whether in Yahweh or in Yahweh Shai, bringing from faith in the same. Fidelity, faithfulness, the character of one who can be relied upon or relied on. So that's faith, man. That's what you got to walk. You got to walk with faith. And that might, and not by sight, meaning not the things that you see around you, because there's going to be two different things. Your faith is going to say to keep on pushing, but the circumstances and things around you that you maybe see by sight, if you let them invade your thoughts, they might tell you to give up. And that's a mental that comes with mental strength. Because for brothers that did any type of physical exertion or challenges, your body will tell you to stop, whether it be working out or running a long distance or backpacking a long distance. Your everything in your physical being will tell you to stop. You'll see the long road ahead, and it'll play tricks on you. You'll say to yourself, "Well, I can't make it that far." But your mind has to tell you to keep on going. Going back to examples of my experience in the military, there was times in the training that we had to walk, not walk, basically, we had to hike or speed walk, with the heavy backpacks, so on and so forth, all the gear and equipment. And you would have to do that for miles upon miles, man. Sometimes, 10, 15 miles over hills and rough terrain. And the trick to it was that don't look at the road ahead. And focus on something else, because in that time, everything in your body is going to be hurting. Because it's because of that exertion and that weight upon your back. But but if you look at the road ahead, you're going to see how far the distance is to go, and then it's going to fuck with your mind. So but you got to have faith in yourself that you can make it. That's just an example, man. So that's how it's going to be in these times. We got to walk by faith, but not by sight. We gotta have hope against hope. Romans 4:18. Let's go ahead and get that again. It's Romans 4:18. And it says, I'll start at verse 17. It's speaking about Abraham. As it is written, I made thee a father of many nations before him who he believed, even Yahweh, who quickens the dead, and calleth those things which be not as though they were. All is against you. Who against hope believed in hope. So that's what Abraham did. He believed in hope against hope. All odds were against him in the promises that were made to him, but he believed in many ways. He walked by faith and not by sight. It says that he might become the father of many nations, according to that which is spoken, so shall thy seed be. Romans 4:19. And being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body now dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb. That's hope against hope, because he was promised seed. He staggered not at the promise of Yahweh through unbelief, but was strong in faith, giving glory to Yahweh, and being fully persuaded that what he had promised, he was able also to perform. So you got to keep that in mind as well, man. You got to keep in mind the promises that the scriptures give to those men that are fear and obedient to his will. Because I guarantee you there's going to be a time coming where every obstacle is going to be thrown at you. Every circumstance is going to be in your way. And you're going to feel like you're just catching L after L after L. But in those times, that's when the Lord is building up your faith. That's when he really wants to test the true character of your spirit. And those times are coming in the form of Jacob's trouble. You got to consider, situations. There might be situations where you haven't had water for 3 or 4 days, or you have nothing to eat for a few days. And you got to have hope that the Most High is going to provide for you with supernatural circumstances. You got to meditate on these things. Because the time is coming close, man. The time is pretty much, it's here. Those times of persecution are coming. So I'm going to run that back again. Romans 4:20 says, he staggered not at the promise of Yahweh through unbelief, but was strong in faith, giving glory to Yahweh. And that word staggered, I think it means wavering. To separate his teaching and explanation, to withdraw from desert, separate oneself from household spirit, oppose, strive, dispute, to be at variance with oneself, hesitate, doubt. So he didn't doubt, man. He didn't doubt, he didn't stagger, he didn't waver at the promises that the Most High gave to him. And that's the mindset that we're gonna have to have in these days. Because it's when you're at your weakest point, or your point of the most distress, is when your true self or character comes out. That's when your true nature, your spirit comes out. When you're under those forms of stress and uncomfortable situations. And I've seen that happen many times, man, where people, places, they're put under a tremendous amount of stress, and their true nature comes out, whether it be cowardice, or whether it be courage, or whether it be just giving up. And you got to have the mindset that you're going to hold on to this thing, no matter the circumstance. Let's get 1 Corinthians 6:13. This is 1 Corinthians 6:13, and it says, oh, that's not what I wanted. This is 1 Corinthians 16:13, and it says, watch ye, stand fast in the faith. And that word stand fast is stand firm, to persevere, persist, to keep one standing. And you got to have something against you to persevere. You gotta have a challenge in your life to persevere. And that's why Yahweh Shai called it a straight gate. So it's gonna be a spiritual battleground in the near future, man. It is right now, but it's even more so in the times to come. And that spiritual battleground is gonna require you to do things that you probably thought you never would be able to do. It's gonna require you to do things that you would never think that you would ever do. And that's why you got to walk by faith and not by sight. That's why you got to have hope against hope. That's why you got to watch, stand fast in the faith, quit you like men, be strong. Let's get that word quit you like men. To make a man, or to make a man of and make brave. To show one sons of man to be brave. And that brings to mind Joshua, man. What did he repeatedly tell Joshua? He repeatedly told Joshua to be strong and courageous. Joshua. Let's see here. Joshua 1:6, it said, be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shall thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto the father to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous. Let's get that word courageous. It says to be strong, alert, courageous, brave, stout, bold, solid, hard. That's what the Lord requires of his men. So make no mistake about it, man. This is not a quiet boy, Boy Scout type thing that we're dealing with. The Lord requires us to be men in every aspect of the word. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou may observe to be do according to all the law which Moses makes my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left. No compromise. We're supposed to be men of no compromise. And that's going to be the true character of the men of the Lord. There's not going to be no slackness or compromise in their will, and in their doings, and in their goings. And we're going to come up and face all those circumstances and obstacles that are going to try to force you to compromise. But it says here, turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper wheresoever thou goest. The book of the law shall not depart out thy mouth, because our strength is going to be the scriptures. Knowledge and wisdom shall be stability of thy times. But thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, then thou shalt have good success. The Lord's going to be with us. Let's get let's keep on going. Have not I commanded thee? So this is a commandment. This is an order, so to speak. Let's get the word commanded. Give charge, to command, charge, give orders, to lay charge, give charge to lay charge upon. A primitive rule, intentively to constitute, enjoin, appoint, bid, charge, give in, send, command, send a messenger. To charge, command, commission. To command, appoint, ordain, to be commanded. So that's an order, man. Just like the elders, they make decrees to the body that must be followed and obeyed in order to be in good standing. The Lord also decrees us to be of a strong and good courage. Have not commanded thee, be of strong and good courage, be not afraid. So not only are we supposed to be of strong and good courage, we're not supposed to have no fear. Those are the three traits that are going to be required in the days to come, in the days of persecution that are coming. Neither be thou dismayed. Let's get that word dismayed. Be shattered, be dismayed, be broken, be abashed, be afraid, to be shattered, be broken, to be dismayed, be shaken up. You can't let things shake you up, man. You gotta ride the wave, so to speak. For the Lord, thy power is with thee whatsoever thou goest. So even in those times where it seems hopeless, the Lord's still with you. You gotta remember that. The Lord's still with us. Let's get 2 Corinthians 12:10. 2 Corinthians 12:10. And you just gotta go through things sometimes, man. These are the words of Paul. He said, he's talking about how he had a thorn in his side. Let's go ahead and get this in context. I believe. Yes, it's 2 Corinthians 12:7. And said, lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of revelations that were given to me. A thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, but lest I should be exalted above measure. So the Lord, he put a circumstance in life so that he didn't get too proud in himself, because of the great knowledge and revelation that was given unto him. For all this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that they depart from me. So he asked the Lord, so it must have been something that really bothered him. If he prayed to the Lord, multiple times to take it away from him. But it was a measure that the Lord put on him for the building up of his faith, and also to keep him in a humble state. As he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in mine infirmities, that the power of Mashiach may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasures in infirmities and reproaches and necessities and persecutions, distress for Yahweh's sake. When I am weak, then I am strong. That's when our faith is the strongest, in those times where things are seem the most hopeless. And that's what we got to take with us in our walk in the straight gate. And it's just going to get harder, man. We don't sugarcoat it. Our walk is going to get harder. Things are going to get more restrictive. So you got to set your mind for the battle, man. But with that being said, just a real quick lesson. Most I wouldn't hope is edifying. That one give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. But let's keep on pushing. Shalom.